Hi there. The sun is going down fast, so I decided to go ahead and quickly do my video before I run out of time. Because I use the light that comes in from the window and it's behind the trees right now. So I just ran and I took a shower and I put on some makeup and I'm ready to go to a friend's 40th birthday. And I was thinking of something amazing and profound to share with you. Like I always share something profound and amazing with you every single day. And today I was thinking, what if you are already living the life that you have always desired to? You know, we have like in our hearts of hearts, we know like exactly what we would love to do if only, right? And we hold ourselves back. We're like, well, there's no way I could possibly live that way because it's just not sustainable. It's not realistic. And the question is, if you have a dream and you have a desire and you know about that thing that would give you deep, profound fulfillment, something that really would give a lot of meaning in your life. Maybe it's working with the homeless. Maybe it's working with ex-prisoners. Maybe it's working with teen moms. Maybe it's life coaching. Maybe it is sewing. Maybe it's creative design. Maybe it's writing a book. Whatever it is that you would love to do, if only, and you just think there's no way I could live that kind of life because how would I make any money off it? How could it be sustainable? How could this life really exist? And my challenge to you is, I'm just trying to figure out so there's lines on the window, and so the light is like coming in with these lines on the window. And my challenge to you is, if you could live that life, and if you could just close your eyes and imagine what that life would look like, and you imagine it in a really realistic manner, right? Like if you were a writer and you wrote every day, that was part of what you did for a living, that is what you did for your life fulfillment. I have this tendency to imagine like, oh my gosh, it would be so amazing. I would be living my dream life and I couldn't believe it's actually happening. I couldn't believe that I was actually living that life. But if you ask any writer what it's like to live their life, they'd be like, yeah, I sit down at 8 o'clock every day and I write. And then you'd ask them, how do you get inspired? You know, what do you talk about? What do you write about? And they're like, I get inspired every day at 8 o'clock to write. Not that they actually get inspired every day to write, but they realize that it's something they do every day because it's what they do for a living. And on top of that, they also do the normal human stuff, like they go take a dump, they go pee, they eat food, they do laundry, they mop the house, they do the dishes. And so if you put your dream life into the context of real life, and you imagine into it, and you imagine, what would it really look like? Like if I was a full-time life coach, what would it look like? Would I only be doing life coaching and all of a sudden everything else in the real world just stops? No. I would still be taking a dump. I would still be peeing. I would still be eating. I would still be braving the lines at the grocery store. I would still be doing laundry. Actually, my husband does the laundry. My husband would still be doing the laundry. My husband still would be doing the dishes. I still would be taking showers. I still would be washing my hair. I still would be putting on makeup. I still would be exercising every day. I still would be meditating. I still would be writing out my morning manifestations, envisioning, gratitude, journaling. I still be getting 8 hours of sleep, maybe 6. I still would be doing all of that stuff that comes with living real life. I still would be parenting. I still would be arguing with my son or having powerful conversations with him. I still would be hanging up Christmas lights, or maybe at a point in my life later, I would hire someone to do it. But do you get like how normal this is? Like this dream life that we think that's so out of reach. We think, oh, well, there's no way I could do it. And if I were to do it, it would be like magical and amazing. And I would just live this incredible life. And it would be nothing like what I'm living right now. But the truth is, it would be a lot like what you're living right now. You still would be doing everything that you're doing right now. You still would be brushing your teeth. You still would be getting up. You still would be eating breakfast. You still would be eating food like a normal human being. You still would be exercising. You still would probably watch some TV if that's in your thing. You still would be listening to wonderful music. You still would be jogging, running, all that stuff, right? Your husband still would be mowing the grass, or maybe you mow the grass. You still would be assembling your kids' toys. If me, for instance, not my husband. So do you get that? So when you imagine your dream life like that, where it's really real, then it's not so, it doesn't seem like such a fantasy. It doesn't seem like it's so out of reach. There's no way you could live that kind of life, because yeah, you would. You could live it, and it wouldn't look that different. The only thing is there would be maybe 1 or 2 more activities you would be doing, because that would be the thing that would give you fulfillment. And ideally also be sustainable, so that you could also do it as a full-time living and earn income from it. And that would be what you would do. So this weekend, if you are in the midst of shopping and all that other stuff, think about this. Think about your dream life. Think about the life that you would love to live. Think about like what career you'd have. Like what would you be doing for a living that would give you deep fulfillment, that would be powerful and meaningful and deeply fulfilling? What would that thing be? And then add all the other stuff in your life, like the eating and the sleeping and the drinking and the pooping and the peeing and all that stuff, like all the normal life stuff, so that this imagining that you're doing is really real and realistic. And then think, okay, well, if I were already doing those things, if I already lived that kind of life, what if I'm already living it? What activity would I be doing today? For me, if I was working my Soul Elevated Life Coaching practice full time, I would have had a few books published. I would have client calls, 2 or 3 of them every day, maybe 2 a day, 6 times a week, 6 days a week, and 24 clients a month. And I was thinking, okay, well, if you had already had some books published, then you probably should be writing a book right now. So I sat down and I started writing page 1 of the book. And I started sharing what I would share. I would start writing and sharing about what I share with you every day, about how to live a truly deeply meaningful, fulfilling life. Or I might share with you like things I learned about myself, or things my clients and I learned together that was so profound that it makes 0 sense not to share it. And I love listening to books. And so I'd definitely be having an audio book in addition to a written book. And so that is what there is to do. It's that simple. Like, we make it complicated. We think it's so far out there, it's so out of reach. There's no way we could possibly live that kind of life. But if you add it to your real life and you add all those normal details, you think, oh, if I was a writer, I'd be sitting down for an hour and I'd be writing every day in addition to my other normal life stuff. And so the question to ask yourself is, where are you scheduling it in? If you would have loved to be a writer and that was your dream life, then carve out that time. It's important enough to you make time for it, right? Like, sleep is enough important for you, exercise is enough important for you, eating is important enough for you. Like, you make time for it, you sit down and you do it. So it's the same thing with writing, same thing with coaching, it's the same thing with whatever your heart's desire is, whatever it is that you came here to do, whatever it is that your way of sharing your message that comes from your soul, from deep within you, that just is so meaningful and just makes so much sense. So try it on for size. And if you did not already know, I am a life coach. I have a business called Soul Elevated Life, and I work with clients to have deep, powerful conversations and life fulfillment, and for them to truly dig into how they would like to live their life, one that is powerful and meaningful and very profound. And the coaching sessions are amazing. And the most massive transformation takes place on a one-on-one capacity with me, where we're talking through video conferencing and we have like these deep, profound, soul-bearing conversations, and miracles happen. Like, it's amazing the stuff that we discover together about one another. So I highly encourage you to hire a life coach in your life. And you will be amazed at the kind of transformation that you can have, the way your life shifts, the way your perspectives shift. And it doesn't have to be me, it could be anyone in your life that resonates with you, that is willing to exchange their coaching services for your money energy. So if you're looking for one, I'm available. If you have someone else in mind, then definitely reach out to them. But whatever you do have a life coach in your life, and you will be amazed at the kind of transformation, the kind of life that you start living into. And if you would like to check out some of my older videos, I upload them on YouTube as well. So I have a YouTube channel called Soul Elevated Life. So feel free to find me there, and then reach out to me when you're ready to start our coaching relationship. I'll see you tomorrow.